welcome to Loud. This is the 10th episode, and my name is Jetumbo. I'm not here alone. I'm with sister. No GFAAL on the set today.
Okay, it's just the two of us here today, but we'll be linking up with G very soon as he's out there to do an interview.
Our topic today is tourism. We're talking about tourism worldwide, not only in Gambia, but in Africa, in the world in general. And we have GFAAL out there having doing some interviews, which is very interesting, and you would be surprised our guest for this episode. But before we go to G, we'll just say one or two things about what we think of tourism in the Gambia and outside. So, sister.
Okay, tourism is a very important aspect in every economy, every country, because it increases the economy in a way, people coming into your country. There are a lot of job opportunities and a whole lot of things. But at the same time, you'll find other things that are not very good when it comes to tourism.
I think in every business there are positive and negative.
Exactly.
Yeah, sides.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but even though I'll say the advantages are more when it comes to tourism, from what I think, because a lot of people have jobs in hotels, restaurants during the season. And I don't know if it's seasonal everywhere like the Gambia is.
I really don't think so, because I think the reason why it's seasonal in Gambia is because of the rainy season.
Exactly.
That's what I think. But hey, there are so many positive things that are attached to tourism, especially in the Gambia. Like sister said, job opportunities. You know, a whole lot of opportunities. People are learning even different languages without even going to the airport. So we also have the negative bit, and honestly, I don't know. I wish some of those could change. It could be positive. And the good thing about it is almost a whole lot of percentage of Gambia's economy is from tourism, which is also a good thing. So we are encouraging you to visit the smiling coast of West Africa. Keep coming every year.
Okay, so just what we'll do now.
Well, we'll get to G. Yeah.
Link up with G, and right now he is on set with the director of Duke of Edinburgh in London.
From there, we now welcome our first guest ever on the episode Loud Gambia. He is Mr. Peter Fleet, the director of the Duke of Edinburgh's Award in the UK. Welcome to Loud Gambia, Mr. Fleet.
Thank you.
All right, then. Before we get to the questions, just want to know something about the Duke of Edinburgh's Award. What is it all about?
Okay, well, I'm the director for the award programme in London. We have around 42,000 young people participating. They're young people normally at school, but also through youth services, youth provision across London. They're aged 14 to 25, and they take part 3 levels: bronze, silver and gold, and they take part in a physical activity, an expedition, some volunteering within their community, and they develop new skills as well as part of that. The Duke of Edinburgh's Award is an international programme, so in the Gambia, it operates as the President's International Award.
Oh, scheme.
Yeah,
that's in Bakau.
That's in Bakau, yeah, next to the stadium.
Right.
And in about 150 other countries as well. So it's an international program.
Definitely, that's huge.
Yes,
150 countries.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Today we're going to talk about tourism. You know, you as a frequent traveler, you know, definitely have a lot of experience in traveling. But I just want to ask you, what do you think of traveling in the first place? Like traveling?
I don't know. I think traveling broadens the mind. I think I haven't travelled over to Australasia like Australia or New Zealand, but certainly been to India, to America. I travelled extensively around Europe, and to parts of Africa as well. And I think travelling it's an education, and just meeting different people from different countries, different cultures. It adds an awful lot, and I've been quite keen at my family travel as well. So very often I'm with family, and that they get those experiences as well. And I think maybe that influenced my daughter, who's a geography teacher.
Yeah,
so,
that's great.
So she has something to experience, and she's really keen on travelling. As well. So
cool. Now tourism, it's a big thing worldwide. you know, and you've been coming to Gambia for quite some time now.
16 years.
16 years. That's a long time now, and you must, you know, have a very good knowledge of the tourism here in Gambia.
Yep.
You know, how do you see the tourism here in Gambia?
I think 16. I was trying to decide earlier whether I thought the tourism in Gambia had changed over the last 16 years.
Right.
I think the infrastructure around the country's changed. You know, you got street lights now, and more of the roads that have been tarmacked and stuff like that.
Right.
I don't believe tourism has changed an awful lot. There's more hotels. I think more people are travelling here. And in terms of a place to go, obviously being one of the smallest African countries, I believe that it has a lot more to offer. I don't believe it's profiled enough within the UK and within Europe, and you know, it is such a fantastic place to come. Out of all the countries that I've been to in the world, this is one place where I want to keep coming back to. Right. And because it has so much to offer.
Yeah, because 16 years coming here, obviously, you know, shows that.
Yeah.
You know, but here we have like two seasons. You know, we have off season and also on season. You know, why do you think, you know, Gambia can't have a full-time tourist season?
I don't know. I would certainly encourage the Department of Tourism to consider extending the season probably 1 or 2 more months. I guess the reason why Gambia's not an attractive place to go in maybe August and September is because it's the rainy season.
Right.
But certainly, I mean, we're here in July, and you look at the weather, and there's no one here.
It's great, yeah.
You know, tourism is really quiet, you know, and I don't see any reason why, tourist season shouldn't be open at this time. I think it's a great time to come to Gambia in July, yet the season ends in May, and I've never understood that. You know, by extending the season, you're not just going to add back into the Gambian economy, you're going to add money back into the pockets of local people in terms of jobs and in terms of, you know, trade.
Right.
And, you know, I believe Gambia, I mean, tourism in Gambia is probably one of the biggest, you know, gross domestic products.
Right, it is.
And, you know, you should take advantage of it. You know, maybe there should be more of an investment in tourism. I do wonder sometimes whether... you know, the money that people spend here actually goes back through taxpayers and goes back into the government. I wonder how much of it's lost through, you know, other people who are not actually operating, you know, above board, as it were. And maybe there's some money lost through the economy through that. But absolutely, I mean, it should be a season that runs certainly from the beginning of October to the end of July.
Right.
But even in the rainy season, I've been here for 3 weeks in August. It doesn't rain an awful lot. It might rain for a couple of hours, and it's a really interesting time of the year to come along to
yeah, because I feel like we are not showcasing much of our culture, you know, because right now the Gambia, what they have to offer is the nice weather, the beautiful people, and all that. But if we show a lot more of our culture, I think you know, tourists will be more interested to coming here like all year round.
Yeah.
You know.
I guess the challenge there is I've been coming to the Senegambia Hotel, which is a great hotel to come to because it's in the middle of everything. It's easy to get to places from here. Right. But I having come here a number of times, there are people that just turn up. They'll sit by the pool or sit on the beach, and that's their holiday, and they won't leave the hotel until the plane goes back, you know, to Europe or the UK. And how do you encourage those people to get out and see more of the culture, see more? You know, places like going on the Roots tour, visiting a school, maybe going up to the provinces, to Arch 22. You know, places like that, just to get out and get a feel for the culture, because that's part of the charm that Gambia offers to tourists. Right. And I know you've got some worshippers, so people will just want to come and sit by the pool and they'll just sit and relax. Yeah, and that's okay. But why come to a country like this and not, you know, at least 1 or 2 of the days? How do you get people off their sunbeds and do that? I don't know how you encourage people to just explore the culture a little bit more. Maybe that's something that needs to be looked at a little bit more by
the marketing side of tourism here in the Gambia as well. It's very important. You know, we are talking to Mr. Fleet, director of the Duke of Edinburgh's Award in the UK. Now we are talking about tourism worldwide, especially here in the Gambia. Now, Mr. Peter, if you were to come to Gambia for the first time, what would be the first thing that attracts you to come here?
I guess the weather. You're guaranteed not to. I'm coming from the UK.
Right.
We get a lot of rain, so I guess if I was looking, I mean, when I've been to places like Morocco or to Egypt and that, I'm going there initially because I know I'm going to get some nice weather.
Right.
I'll get a nice tan.
Right.
And
Why do white people like to get tan? That's what I want to know.
I've no idea, but I suppose people think it looks healthier,
Right.
and you know, they look like they've been away. I think people feel rested, and people can see they've been on holiday, so it's a nice advert
Right.
to say I've been away. I've been
Right, exactly. It's a nice sign that look, I've been away to Africa and all that.
Yeah.
You know, but you can get tan in the UK if it's summertime or something like that.
Yeah, but yeah, you can, and I do in the UK. I holiday in the UK as well, and as you say, UK has lots to offer
Right.
in terms of a holiday as well.
Right.
I guess the second thing is the culture. You know, when you go to a European country for a holiday, it's very over commercialised, and it's very much you could go to any of the Canary Islands or to any of the Mediterranean countries, and it's pretty much the same. The type of things you'll see there. Gambia offers something different because there's an experience around the culture to be had. I think the people are fantastic here. They're very accepting.
Right.
I think the local people appreciate tourism, and that's one of the big attractions for me. Is that I have lots of friends here. I mean, over the 16 years, I've made lots of good friends, including yourself.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
Thank you.
Over the years, and that's got to be a bonus. And you don't get that kind of interaction with local people in other holiday resorts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely. Well, as we all know, tourism has its own, you know, negative and positive sides of it. You know, like, what are some of the negative sides that you've seen here in Gambia when it comes to tourism? I know we already spoke about the positive sides, but let's talk about some of the things that you as a tourist might not like to see or might not like to, you know, see in the Gambia as well.
Okay, I mean, I think Gambia's probably got a bit of a sex tourism there. So I think you've got older guys and older women coming here who are meeting up with younger Gambian men and women. So I would hate to see that overtake tourism in Gambia. And it's I suppose it's a thing that will affect tourism, and people will be put off by that. And I don't know how you discourage that. It's like if you go into the jazz cafe in the Strip, I can go in there for a drink at 8 o'clock. I have 4 wives by 11 o'clock, and you know, that you know, how do you get away from it? I don't know.
Right.
I've certainly seen the sales of drugs here, so you know, be walking on the Strip and someone saying to me, "Do you want some Bob Marley?" and I kind of think, "What's that?" You know, and all of a sudden I realise that I'm being offered some marijuana, you know? And that's interesting as well. And I think, you know, I suppose with my sort of thing, with the risk that I take with bringing groups here is actually managing that and making sure that doesn't overshadow some of the work that we're trying to do here, and trying to limit my groups particularly. Being confronted with that type of culture here, so I believe that might put people off. So there probably needs some controls over that, you know, in the future. Because I mean, you look at places like Thailand have that reputation.
Thailand, yeah.
And you don't want Gambia to have that reputation as well. So
quite an interesting discussion right now. We are talking about tourism here in the Gambia, particularly, and also I'm going to just ask for my last questions to Mr. Peter Floyd. Peter, could Gambia benefit more from tourism here?
I believe so. I mean, there's no reason why tourism couldn't expand here, and you've got tour operators like the Gambia Experience that, for me, do a great job. They help to facilitate me bringing groups out here. I think more could be done with maybe schools and groups within the UK for that to happen. And you've got people like Thomas Cook coming on board, Gambia Bird having regular flights now to the UK. And I would hope that level of competition would maybe make travelling to the Gambia more competitive. But if that's going to happen, if we're going to get that kind of expansion of tourism within the Gambia, I think there's some social responsibility that those tour operators should call upon. And you know, there needs to be an investment in schools here and in education. And I mean, I know the Gambia Experience invest in schools from the profits they make. And maybe other tour operators should do the same, because no matter what people might believe schools aren't properly funded here.
Yeah.
And you know, I think tourism, if it's going to hold on to tourism as one of the largest GDPs in Gambia, then someone should be taking responsibility and saying we're making profit from this.
From tourism and also
You know,
sponsor schools
local
like that.
people, local adult people, local community employees are making a profit. What about our young people in Gambia? And most countries, you know, the money they make from tourism is reinvested, and there needs to be some reinvestment in education, I believe, in the schools. And I was even this morning I was at the tourism college in Bacau. You know, the one.
Tourism college.
Yeah.
Hotel.
Hotel and Tourism Management College. I can't
Something
remember
like that. I forgot.
Yeah, so have I.
Yeah.
But, you know, for a student to study there for a year, it's 9,000 dollars, which is beyond the affordability of a lot.
Right, of local
now,
people.
if you want to educate people in tourism at that college, there should be an investment from the tourist company to make sure that the balance of tourism and how people see tourism, it depends on those people being trained and educated in that college. That would be one investment I would make. But in schools generally, whether it's one of the basic schools here or one of the secondary schools, you know, having an investment in that as well.
All right then. Thank you so much for gracing us this interview, Mr. Peter. And
no problem.
we wish you
Thank
well.
you.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right then.
Thank you.
That's it from me, GFAAL, and now back to our discussion. Bye bye.
Welcome back from G and the director of Duke of Edinburgh London office, Peter Flitt. And thank you very much, Peter. We've learned a lot today. Jatu?
Well, we'll be saying our byes for now till we come your way. Again, this was Loud episode 10 and our topic was tourism. And we would like to say a big thank you to Samba's Kitchen. On Curry today, he's having a big Curry buffet. So all of you come out in your numbers, come have fun. If you don't have nothing to do, you've got something to do now.
Curry today, right here at Samba's Kitchen. And that's all we have time for this edition of Loud episode 10. Thank you for watching us, and do like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, SoundCloud, Instagram, we're all there. Keep checking on our page.
And to those fans that keep watching and watching and watching and watching, I love that. Just keep watching. You know, I have some people that tell me they watch the show like 5 times in a day. And yeah, I like that. Keep doing that. Bye.
Bye-bye, Loud. Tanta Maripenda.
What's up with this?